right. Good evening, everybody. Good evening. This is Coach Smith, Love the Game, 24/7 podcast coming to you live. I appreciate everybody joining. I'm going to just give a few minutes to let people join in. Got a great show this evening. So I want to give folks some time to get in here and get settled in and give you some great content, some great information about the Love the Game 24/7 show this week leading up to the Super Bowl. You don't want to miss it. I'm telling you, we got some great guests coming on the show this week, and you definitely don't want to miss it. So I don't want to give out too much too soon. Let me just let some folks get in and get settled. And let me get my seat, my chair where I need it. And I hope you guys are ready tonight. Maybe make sure you tell a friend to jump on the show, jump on the live, so they can get this great information on what's coming, because we are here. We are ready. Love the Game 24/7 with my partner, GMB Management Group Sports Agency. I want to be sure I give him that shout out as well. Garrett Blair with GMB Sports Management Group that represents my son with Arizona Cardinals, Lucas Dennis with the Atlanta Falcons, and we have several other players, some new signees that are going to be in the UFL playing this year, and also in the CFL, Canadian League. But this part of GMB Management Group with our student athlete division, in partnership with Love the Game 24/7. We are coming with some great content, some great things for 2024, because I shared near the end of last year that we plan on doing more in 2024, and that's what we're going to do. So be sure if you have a student athlete out there, or if you know someone that has a student athlete, whether it be your nephew, your niece, your cousin, son, daughter, be sure you don't want to miss these shows this week. I'm telling you. Tonight, I'm going to be giving some information. I'm going to tell you about what's coming up this week, who's going to be on our special guest this week on the show, people you want to make sure you come and hear. And tonight, I'm going to break down the 10-week digital course and what that's all going to entail. So you're going to get a lot of information tonight on that. So you'll be ready to get going with Love the Game 24/7 in this 10-week digital course to help your student athlete solidify their opportunity to play at the next level, okay, at the college level. That's our goal, to help them transition, help them gain some exposure to get to the next level. If you got any questions, feel free to put some questions in the chat. I'm live on IG, Love the Game 24_7. I'm on YouTube, live with Love the Game 24_7. And I'm also Facebook with Love the Game. All right, 24/7. I try to keep that as consistent as possible, so it's not hard to find. But as I shared, let me put in the chat my link tree on some of these here. I'm gonna put these in here so you'll know how to get to all of Love the Game 24/7 social media platforms to get caught up, stay connected. If you've been live with us, to get be sure you don't miss all the great stuff that I have planned coming your way. Hold on one second here. Let me type this information in here for everybody. get this in here. That way, folks can go to the Linktree account, and you can get to all the social media outlets that I have. Okay, that way I make it easy for everybody. Let me put it in the chat on IG as well. 1 second. Let me just get this stuff in here. Make it easy. Follow Coach Smith and Love the Game 24/7 in GMB Management Group. So I posted that on all the lives that I'm on right now: YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. All right, but trust me, tonight you don't want to miss it. You need to be calling some folks that you know to tell them to get on here, get on either on this YouTube or get on this IG or get on this Facebook and get this information. So let me just go ahead and get started. I hope you're ready.
Are you ready?
I hope you're ready, because I'm ready. Yes, sir. So, so I just want to go ahead and just take some time here and just let you know what's happening this week, guys. What's coming? I'm excited, man. I'm excited uh, for you guys. I'm telling you, you don't want to miss. Don't want to miss this week's lives tonight, tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, Saturday morning. Man, we are coming with some content, with some a plethora of information to be sure that we help student athletes understand this recruiting process. Okay, because it's going to be a game changer. It's going to be something to help you learn how to navigate through this and give yourself as much of an opportunity to get as many scholarship offers. You young men, you young ladies out there, whatever sport you play, doesn't matter. I'm telling you, look here, I'm getting comfortable doing this stuff now, okay? Because I've been sitting on some of this stuff for far too long. Okay, I was just, having kids and letting them get in through high school and college. Now they're adults, and this stuff has been in my spirit. Sometimes you got to wait for God's time and to do some things and not rush it. But all this stuff has been in me for quite some time, for years. Man, I'm just so passionate about wanting to be sure, nobody gets left behind. Okay. So I don't care if you are doing well with your recruiting process, there's still some things that we can teach you with the content we're going to be giving out to make sure you can transition well when you go to college. So even if you have a scholarship, um, thanks for joining me, Coach Ray. Appreciate you. He's on IG joining me, our brother in Canada. Um, but as I was saying, I don't care if you are having a good, you know, uh, recruiting process. You may be having a great recruiting process, some of you out there, but we also want to be sure that you know how to transition. We want to give you information to be sure you transition well when you go to college and that you have some success. So we're giving you, man, we're going to give you stuff, man, from A to Z, young ladies, young men, because we want you to be successful. And you, like I said, you don't want to miss the shows this week. Okay, we got some great guests coming tonight. As I said, I'm gonna be giving a breakdown about our 10-week digital course and everything on that. But first, let me just go ahead and tell you, tomorrow night, 6:30 Eastern time. All right, one of my former uh, coaches that I've coached with back home at Clearwater Central Catholic, Coach Chris Harvey, is going to be with us. And for those of you who may not know who he is, well, Coach Harvey was on that University of Miami Hurricanes, one of my favorite college team that I got recruited by and went to football camp. That was my first and only college football camp I ever went to, because I found out, like I said, about some of this stuff later in my high school years. And I know if I would have known or knew about some of these things, by middle school age, I could have probably helped myself out better with my recruiting. But I still had a pretty decent recruiting. I just didn't have the help from the high school coach. And I know some of you out there that are listening, whether you're listening live or to the the video recording of this, you're probably in some of the similar situation that I was in, right? but Coach Harvey is coming. He was on that last national championship team with the Miami Hurricanes. Coach Harvey was. He was a walk-on, guys, from West Virginia. What a difference going from West Virginia to Miami. But he was a walk-on at University of Miami as a freshman, long snapper and offensive lineman, and he earned the scholarship after his freshman year at University of Miami. Now, you got to be a ball player to earn a scholarship when you're at University of Miami and they're winning national championships. And he walks on and earns himself a scholarship. That's. So he's going to be joining us. He's also coached at Florida State. He was a head strength and conditioning coach at Florida State, I believe. He'll correct me tomorrow if I'm wrong, but I believe I'm correct on that. So he was at Florida State, and I think he was there during the transition between Bobby Bowden and Jimbo Fisher early years. But he spent quite a bit of time there and several other places. And I believe his last coaching job was at Fairmont State, I think back at home in the state of West Virginia where he grew up, or near where he grew up in Man, West Virginia, or Man High School. And he was a defensive coordinator there. So Coach Harvey is going to be able to come on the show. Because listen, guys, this is what we do at Love the Game 24/7. We're going to be bringing some solid folks on here. Okay, this is just the start of it. Okay, and I'm glad and thankful to be able to get Coach Harvey on because Miami Hurricanes, I was a diehard and still a diehard Hurricane fan. Okay, so, but this is what we do. This is what we're going to be doing. We're going to be bringing you coaches. We're going to be bringing you players, right? Um, just a plethora of different things. I got one of my former teammates who I played with because I had the blessing of playing with one of my older brothers in college as well. And so Morgan Walker, he's probably listening. I'm going to get him on because he was a former compliance officer at several colleges between Louisiana, Texas, and California. He was in compliance in the athletic department. So I'm eventually, I'm just giving you some heads up on people that are coming. But tomorrow, Coach Harvey is coming on. And then on Friday night, I got Lucas Dennis, Atlanta Falcons, current NFL pro player. Lucas Dennis will be joining us. He's going to come on and talk about his recruiting experience that has led him to be in the NFL. He was my son's roommate at Boston College. Lucas was a DB, cornerback, free safety. He kind of had some experience playing both cornerback and free safety position. He was an All-American his junior year. I think he led the nation for a while. I don't know if he finished leading the nation in interceptions, but he was up there. If he was probably in the top 2 or 3 in interceptions. I think by the end of the year, maybe he might have finished number 1, but I know, he was All-American. So, he's, played at Boston College. He was roommates with my son. He's like a son to me. So he's coming on. He's going to talk to you, like I said, about his experience. And he'll also share about how he got back in the NFL after being out for almost 2 seasons. Or he was out for 2 seasons, but he's made his way back. So he's going to share, his story about how he fought through some things and has been blessed to get back in the NFL and fulfilling his dream. But he's going to come on and talk about, like I said, his recruiting. He's going to have a lot of good things to share with you. And then, of course, I'm going to have my son, Jeff Smith II. He's going to be on Saturday morning. All this is Central Time, guys. 6:30 on Wednesday with Coach Harvey, 6:30 on Friday with Lucas Dennis, Atlanta Falcons, and 11:30 a.m. on Saturday Eastern Time with Jeff Smith II, my son. And he's going to come on and talk about his experience as well, and also how he moved and changed positions from quarterback to wide receiver. So he's going to just share. And this is what we want to do. This is what Love the Game 24/7 is all about. Give you some people right now who knows what they're about all this stuff and how things are evolving with the recruiting process. Okay. So this is all of what we want to do. Okay. We're going to give you, man, what you need to help you be successful. Okay. And so we're going to always have throughout the year, we're going to have guest speakers who know about this business of college recruiting. I know quite a bit. I do know a lot. I don't claim to know everything, but I know I can get people on here to come on and talk. Definitely I'm going to get Tim McCabe. I know he's listening sometimes. Tim McCabe. He came in at Morningside College with my brother and Morgan Walker as well at Morningside College in Sioux City, Iowa. And Tim McCabe had an opportunity as well to play pro football with the New Orleans Saints. Same year he went to the Saints. My brother went to the Buccaneers. And we had a couple other guys that had some opportunities to play pro football from Morningside College D2 school. But also Tim McCabe had a son that was a very good basketball player that played at University of Iowa. He was on scholarship at University of Iowa not too long ago. So he's going to come on, and also Tim was assistant coach at Morningside after he decided to no longer pursue pro football. He came back to Morningside when I was still there playing, coaching. And so he knows about coaching and the recruiting. And he can talk about what his son went through with his recruiting with basketball. So we're going to hit it. Like I said, it doesn't matter what sport, any of that stuff. So I'm excited, and you don't want to miss it. You need to let people know that you know to get on here tonight, tomorrow, every night this week. Okay, and I got some great news. I'm coming up and my breakdown about what we're doing with this 10-week digital course. And it's great information, great content that we're putting out. And you want to be a part of this. Okay, you want to definitely be a part of this. So just be sure you do. Hey, Coach Harvey. All right, he's joined. Coach Harvey just joined. Just talking about you're going to be a guest tomorrow night, Coach. So appreciate you jumping on here tonight. So I just gave out the schedule and letting people know, and student athletes out there, whether they're having a good recruiting experience, we still can help them with Love the Game 24/7, so we can help them transition, because I know I've had the experience of coaching some kids, some young men, yeah, I'm looking forward to coach tomorrow night. It's going to be great all week. And but as I was saying, I've had the experience of having a player and teammates when I was in college, where guys left and went back home and just let go their scholarship because maybe they weren't ready, or didn't think they were ready, and didn't transition well to the college atmosphere. Or there was a lot of things going on, a lot of different dynamics with family issues, or girlfriends. You always got that guy, thinks he's in love and then goes home and then he ends up not even with the girl anymore. I've had all those stories. I can tell you about all that stuff from my own experience growing up. You know, I tell student athletes, young men, your first girlfriend is your mother, and your second girlfriend is that sport that you play that's paying the bill. That's your second girlfriend. That other girlfriend you got, she down the line somewhere, because if she's not helping encourage you to stay in school and play your sport, then you need to move on. You got to be mentally strong enough to let some of that stuff go. And I tell the young lady the same thing. If you're dating a young man and he's not supportive of you playing your college sport, it's paying the bills, because your first boyfriend is your father. And I know Coach Harvey will speak to that because he has girls. And I have my first grandbaby girl. So I know I'm going to be, as long as God have me around, I'm going to be on top of that, because I know both of them going to be good athletes. So, but you got to be sure that you get with somebody that can help you learn how to transition. Even when I was back at CCC with Coach Harvey coaching, we had a young man that was at Georgia. I think he was at Wake Forest. Ended up coming home. Good young man, good kid. Great athlete. And missed his opportunity and tried to get back into playing, but um, you know, sometimes you go some places and maybe because you're still young and you're not totally prepared, or it's a lot of different reasons why some kids may struggle, and so that's why we want to be a support to young student athletes out there. That's why I say we got to start this thing, these kids in middle school, at least by 7th, 8th grade. We got to get them just before they get into high school. These kids, there are some kids that know. I knew when my son was at a young age, even before middle school, his love for playing sports. So there's some kids like that. There's some kids that develop late and realize, hey, my younger son, he went through a growth spurt late. And then when he eventually got through that growth spurt, I mean, man, he was killing it on the baseball field. He was a good baseball player. So just different things come, and you got to be aware and paying attention. And if you're not aware, you need to be a part of something like Love the Game 24/7 for parents who need a resource or somebody to to help them understand maybe what their student athlete is going through. That's what we want to do. So, um, so that, like I said, we got some great shows coming up. Coach Harvey tomorrow night, Lucas Dennis Friday night, both 6:30 Eastern time. Saturday morning, Jeff Smith the second, my son. Um, he's going to be Saturday morning at 11:30 Eastern time. So you don't want to miss. Get your student athlete, get them on here. Okay. These are some information that Coach Harvey is going to share tomorrow with his insight with this recruiting. He's a head coach. Okay. And so he's very involved with his student athletes. And so we had a chance to talk earlier this week. And I'm just excited about, just the things that he knows and that he'll be able to share and just bring some more content, great content with Love the Game 24/7 that we're going to be bringing. And like I said, I'm going to have other people as well throughout. You know, got a lot of connections of people that have already been asking me about, hey, make sure you reach out and let me know so we can come up. Just like Coach Hart was, got on me about, hey, just waiting for me to ask him. And I'm glad he's made himself available. So he's very well versed. He's an expert in this business with coaching student athletes. Okay, and so, but I don't want to be too long, and I just want to just go over this uh, 10-week digital course information outline and just give you some more information about that. Um, so I just want to thank all you current Love the Game 24/7 followers. Okay, that follow me, and then the new ones to come. Appreciate you guys, and like I said, whether you're viewing this live or you're looking at the recorded version, thank you for viewing it and getting the information out to those Okay, and just be sure um, you're on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe. You see that little red square to my left as you're looking at your screen and looking at me on your screen on YouTube. Be sure you subscribe, okay, to the YouTube channel. You see me on Facebook. Be sure you follow me on Facebook. And if you're on Love the Game 24/7, or if you're on my other um, uh, IG account, Coach Smith 27. All right. And the reason why I have Coach Smith 27 and Love the Game on some of these, you may hear is 27. That's because that was my favorite number in high school and college. And I couldn't use 24/7 because somebody already had it. But for the most part, I try to keep it consistent for you guys, so it won't be hard. So, like I said, my IG accounts, I Love the Game 24_7 and Coach Smith 27. Okay, that's my um, IG handles, and my Twitter handle is Love the Game 27. All right, so be sure you follow me, like, share. A lot of great videos, a lot of great content out there that I've been sharing, and hopefully it's been uh, great for you guys to get this information. And so just be sure like I said, if you got a nephew, niece, right, cousin, brother, sister, and they're a student athlete, you want to get them on this and their parents on here as well. And just be sure you also, I put in the chat earlier my link tree, okay, linktree.com/ love the game 24_7. Linktree has all of my social media platforms on there. So if you can't remember any of them, just remember linktree.com/ love the game 24_7. You can go out there and click on that first link on Linktree and get that free ebook. All right. You sign up for the free ebook with your email on my secure email site. All right. It's a secure site. And so you can sign up and get that free ebook and watch that free YouTube video called the 6-Step Method Driven. My acronym, 6-Step Method Driven for student athletes. Okay. You can watch that, and you can also get that free ebook that talks about the student athlete recruiting process to get the ball rolling. That'd be something great for definitely at any um, middle school or high school student athlete, but definitely for middle school kids to listen to, and parents as well. Okay. Well, this evening, like I said, I'm going to share with you all you need to know about the 10-week digital course and the weekly outline. All right. I'll hit some of the things we're gonna talk about. Okay. And this digital course is designed to empower you, student athlete. All right. Everybody say empower, right? Or if you in the chat, put in the chat empower. Okay, everybody say that. Okay, that's what this digital course is for. And that's what I want you students to have that mindset. Okay, it's all about empower. So you can take control of your recruiting process because you have to take control of this. Okay. And when I say that, it doesn't mean you can't or shouldn't get help, or rely on other people because you're going to have to do that as well. Okay. But you must show, as a student athlete, you got to show that you're serious about wanting to uh, do what's necessary to get to the next level. Okay. You have a craft, you have a talent, you have a gift. Okay. And we want to help you hone your skills, right? Both physically, mentally, spiritually. We want to be sure that you are well equipped. Okay. And so you want to be empowered and love the game 24/7. 10-week digital course is going to help you do that, help you accomplish that. Okay. And so that's what I want everybody to put in there. You write empower. I want to be empowered and I want to be developed. Okay. Because you got to be willing to be developed and you got to be willing to develop your skills because you should be, you know, improving every year. The pro athletes will tell you that right now. They always looking for an edge in their training and their workout and watching film, trying to get that edge on, trying to find tendencies, right? So you should always be looking to develop your skills. Okay. And so that's what you want to, do and how you can take control of your recruiting. Now watch this now. You need to prove to yourself first. Okay, student athlete, you gotta prove to yourself, right? So you gotta make sure that you love this game 24/7. And there's a balance. Okay, I'm not talking about, you know, uh, stressing yourself out and overthinking things. There's a balance. Okay. But you need to prove to yourself by, your work ethic, right? Your character, all those different things. It's not just on the field, it's how you do things off the field or off the court, right? Whether it's a basketball court, tennis court, or field hockey field, football field, soccer field, doesn't matter, right? You got to prove to yourself first. Then you need to prove it to your parents because they're the ones that's buying all your gear and all this other stuff, right? I took little Jeff to his first football camp, I think in seventh and eighth grade, the summer. I think the summer after his seventh grade or eighth grade year, but I made sure I did it before high school. I took him to University of Florida football camp when Urban Meyer was there, and I wanted him to get an experience on how college coaches run things. How they get on you and lean on you, and I remember that's one of the first things they said for all the moms that were out there to be sure that hey, they say hey, moms. I remember the coach saying, "Mom, we're going to apologize now because you might hear a few f bombs every now, excuse me, every now and then." I'm laughing about it now, and so it wasn't too much, but you did hear some coaches like really getting on some kids, and they even explained to the kids, you know, you need to know that this is how it is because this is serious when you're playing. This when you have a talent and you have a gift and you're looking to go college to the college level to help pay for your education because it's an investment. And so you need to prove to your parents when they send you to these camps, right? And parents, you need to make sure that they're ready, to go to these camps. So you may want to, if you don't have somebody to train them, and if you're familiar with a little bit what they need to do, you may need to get them out there and train them by themselves. I remember when my kids were in elementary school, I used to take them to the basketball court and put up cones and have them do dribbling drills, show them how to do different dribbling drills. Baseball season, I'll take them to the baseball field with, I'm hitting some grounders and fly balls. It wasn't all football; it was soccer, all that stuff. I made sure they got outside and was active and did things. So you got to prove it to yourself. Then you need to prove it to your parents. Then you need to prove it next to your coaches. Okay, when you get to high school, that's the next thing you need to do. You need to prove to your coaches: are you going to put the time in? Are you going to be that consummate teammate that leads by example? Because that you should want it. That should just be automatic, right? Are you that teammate? Are you working on being the best you to help your team be successful? Because if you're helping you being your best you and being good at what you're supposed to do and doing your job to help your team win and be successful, you're going to gain that exposure okay, to help you potentially go to the next level and get multiple scholarship offers. So that's how it should go. Prove it to yourself, prove it to your parents, because it's an investment for them, okay? And my wife used to tell my kids all the time, we are investing in you, and it's vital that you be successful because you've been trained a certain way. We didn't raise you to be a certain, to be, to act a fool or anything of that nature, right? She would break it down to them all the time. My wife was a nurse, and she worked at University of Maryland shock trauma, dealing with craziness with patients. So she knows how to deal with boys. She raised two boys. She was in a house full of boys, so she know how to deal with that stuff. But she made it clear to them all the time that me and your dad are investing in you all to be successful. Okay, and then once you do it to yourself, to your parents, to your coaches, then you're proving it to the recruiter, right? And hoping to get the results that you will begin to get because of that work ethic, that mindset, right? You'll start showing that maybe you are able to go and play at the next level. This digital course is designed to assist you, student athlete, to learn the business of athletic recruiting process, to help you navigate, maneuver, and understand what it is you must do to earn that scholarship you feel that you're deserving of. That's what this digital course also is going to break down throughout the 10-week course that we're going to go through. Each week for 10 weeks at one evening per week, right? Um, it's going to be on a Tuesday night, somewhere between 6:30 and 7. We're going to be each week for 10 weeks for one evening per week. We will be sure that you understand what you must do to gain or increase your exposure to those that determine, the recruiters, right? To those that determine who will receive strong scholarship offers at every level of college athletics. Okay. So that's what this digital course is going to help you understand, help you have some clarity, okay, to make sure you're doing what you're supposed to do. So when those folks come around, right, and Coach Harvey will speak to some of this tomorrow, because one thing CC has grown a reputation. I remember one year we hardly had any college recruiters come in. When Coach Davis um, got back at Clearwater Central Catholic and took that program over, and he came back to the school for a second stint with the high school there, and that's when I started as well with him when he came back, and we hardly had any college recruiters. By the time I left CCC to go with Coach Harvey's brother-in-law at St. Pete Catholic, Jay Davis, um, I mean, we were having over 100 college recruiters come in to see kids at CCC. And I'm sure Coach Harvey still has a lot of kids, but by the time I left coaching there, in that 8-9 year period that I was there coaching at Clearwater Central Catholic, we went from hardly anything to about, that third, fourth year, we probably had 40, 50 college recruiters. And then from there on, man, we were double digit, like, 80, 90, 100 plus college recruiters coming through. So um, that's, when you have those kind of opportunities, when you're at a school like that and you're doing what you're supposed to do, and these college recruiters show up, you know, it's going to be like riding a bicycle. Okay. So that's what this 10-week digital course is going to do. Okay. Help you gain strong scholarship offers at every level of college athletics. If you're a Division II kid, you should have some solid Division II offers. If you're an FCS kid, you should have some solid FCS offers. Or you're a solid Power 5 kid, you should have some solid Power 5, offers. So I'm only here to try to help kids because I know Division III doesn't really give out any scholarships for athletics. It's mainly FBS, Power 5, FCS, and Division II gives out the scholarships. And some may be full. It all depends. I think football gives out more full scholarships, but they don't always give out all full scholarships. Basketball gives out some. Um, Baseball gives out very few full scholarships. It may, unless you're the best player on the team, you might have one or two guys maybe on full scholarship, but very rarely will you see that in baseball. Same thing with softball. Um, You'll have a few in soccer as well, because the numbers are smaller. They don't give out that many, and their budgets are usually smaller compared to football and basketball. And baseball, like where I work now, the school here in North Carolina, they have a really good. Um, they're always in the nation, ranked in the nation in baseball. Um, and And so, like I said, each week for 10 weeks, one evening per week, we'll be getting together. It does not matter if you're a male or a female student athlete or what sport that you participate in. College athletic recruiting works the same for all. Okay. And you have your part that you got to learn how to do. You can learn this 10-week digital course is going to learn to teach you how to do some of those grassroots things that people that still work, but also you kids are pretty savvy with this viral and all these other things that go along with it and DMing and all that, all those other things. Some of you all are good at doing that, but you need to also learn some of the grassroots stuff that you need to do, right? And so we're going to talk about that. So like I said, it doesn't matter if you're male or female student athlete, okay? It's the same. You got to do your part. You got to take empower, like I said, empower, right? And then we will help you understand the levels of this process to help give you the best opportunities. Everybody say best opportunities. You can put it in the chat if you want to. Best opportunity. That's what we're going to do with this 10-week digital course to help you understand uh, what level that you're potentially capable of playing at, okay, in your sport, whether you're male or female. All right. So we're going to help you figure out what's the best opportunities, what's the best way and route for you to go, and what you need to do to get yourself these best opportunities. That's why I said we need to start early in this process with your young student athlete. We don't want to wait to high school to start doing some of these things. We got to get on these things, by the time your kid hits his freshman year. You know, there are some kids that's blessed to play varsity in their freshman and 10th grade year. We have some kids that are very developed at a younger age today compared to, we had some, back in my day. I got moved up to varsity in my 10th grade year and got to see some action a little bit. But man, we were so deep in talent at Lakewood High School in St. Pete, just like it is still today. We were so deep with talent. Man, you better, it was hard to get on the field. So when you got your opportunity, you better make the best of it, right? And there are a lot of schools that are like that, you know. But now I want you to watch this now. Like I said, this is the vision of the Love the Game 24/7 to help legitimate student athletics or student athlete prospects for the next level to earn a scholarship so they can lighten the load of their educational funding and debt that so many students and parents are under today. That's another part of what we're doing. I understand it because I'm a uh, college administrator in the financial aid office, and so I know personally what some people how much debt some people are getting themselves into. I've sat across from some people who had some athletic ability, but because they wanted to go to this particular school so bad, they they left scholarships on the table to play sports because they're like, oh, I think I'm kind of burnt out from it, and they may have been because I don't know their story. They may have been. I wish I would have knew them before they got in front of me, because I would have, helped parents understand you can't burn out your kids with some things. That's why, I talked about it earlier, and I don't want to get on it now, but that's why I say it's good sometimes to let your student athlete play another sport so they don't get burnt out playing just this one sport. Okay. My son had 4 or 5 major league baseball teams that was interested in him when he was in high school. I didn't do all that travel ball. I taught both my boys on had teammates who had fathers that were part that worked with Major League Baseball teams, one with the Seattle Mariners and one with the Boston Red Sox. And I remember talking to both of those gentlemen and asking them about travel ball, and they both said the same thing. They don't agree with all that travel ball stuff. That it's over. Some kids having Tom and John surgeries at a young age. That's you it's not good. Um, but when my boys were playing baseball, the one thing they said to me was, "Man, your kids could play baseball," you know, and they knew that they played football as well, and they had their kids playing football and not just baseball, and both of their kids were pretty good in baseball. Of course, their dads were real good baseball players and involved with Major League Baseball. But I just remember asking them, you know, what are your thoughts on all this travel ball stuff? And they were like, it's not necessary. you know, it's not necessarily terrible, but they were just saying, sometimes these kids need to go do something else, rest their arm if they're a pitcher, of course, right? They don't need to be doing a whole lot of pitching. They just said some of the stuff that they see with some parents taking their kids through is just not good, and the kid lose their love for it, and we don't ever want them to lose their love for the game, right? So yeah, there's a balance. Okay. And so, but like I said, as a college administrator, I've seen too many kids sitting in front of me that could have probably played a sport somewhere and got some athletic money. Okay. Some scholarship money for their athletics, because people are getting way too much in debt with when they didn't probably have to. Okay, if they stuck with that sport or wasn't burned out from that sport or whatever their issue or reason was for not wanting to take a scholarship. I mean, I'm literally they're telling me, "Oh yeah, I had some scholarship offers at such and such school, but I wanted to come." I'm like, part of my job, even as a financial aid administrator, is to tell people the truth. And sometimes I tell people, I've told people like, you should, you may want to consider because do you see what you're gonna have to pay out of your pocket to get this education here? And this is every year. This is not just this year. Unless something else happens, or you get some other sort of funding coming in that you may want to consider. We have a fiduciary responsibility as financial aid administrators to be sure we guide people and let them know what the big picture is going to look like. I'm dealing with that right now. I got emails of people I'm following up with now that want to know, Mrs. Smith, we really want to know what the cost is going to look like. I'm not talking about student athletes. I'm just talking about students in general. Parents already emailing me. You know, I'm inundated with emails trying to give people information so they can make a good financial decision. It's not a burden on your parents. You know, my mom to this day couldn't tell you what my education cost at all. I was blessed and I realized I had a gift and talent and I was going to use it, because I lost my father at a young age to cancer. And I knew um, that my mom didn't have any money to send me off to college. And all I was focused on was keeping my grades, staying out of trouble, and trying to get as much exposure to try to get myself a football scholarship. I mean, I was, that was my focus, my mindset. I'm not going to burden my mom with trying to figure this out. And my mom could right now, if you talk to her, she would tell you right now she has not a clue about how much my education costs because I had to get a loan because I wasn't on full scholarship my freshman year, so I had to get a loan for like $10,000 or $12,000 my freshman year, um, because I waited late to sign with Morningside because I was still hoping to get a Division I scholarship, and so I had to make that decision and say, "Hey, look, I got to go. I'm going to play ball somewhere." So my brother was already up there, and several guys from Florida were already up there. So I said, "Let me sign this scholarship with Coach Lovett to go to Morningside." I had to get a loan, um, student loan for that first year. But every year after that, I was on full scholarship with football. My freshman year, I had partial football money and track and field money. Okay. And so because I was good in track and field too, I was able to get some money to lighten the burden for my education. But like I said, I did all that so my mom wouldn't have to worry about taking care of anything. And so that was something that I just, I thank God that I was able to accomplish that without my mother having to worry about doing anything. So, like I said, you need to learn, to take your athletic and gifted skill set more seriously to help you be successful at the next level of college athletics. All right. Everybody say next level, next level. Okay. You can put it in the chat, next level. You got to be thinking, how can I get to that next level? What do I need to do to get to that next level to get that scholarship? All right. And so, watch this now. Listen real carefully. Being considered a student athlete. Okay, being considered a student athlete puts you in with a special group of people and individuals, right? Right? Puts you in a special group of people and individuals when you're a student athlete. And it can help you gain an edge in life, right? The relationships you build, the connections and all those types of things when you're a student athlete. And we know everybody respects a student athlete on campus. I don't care what sport you play. Okay. Um, I don't care if you're in high school or college. Student athletes, you have some respect because people know that you're putting in extra work other than just your studies to excel and do well at your sport. And then if your team is winning and doing well, you got extra respect on campus. I don't care if you're male or female student athlete. That's how it is. People know that's people who have tried it and played sports, but not playing college sports. You know, they know what kind of work you young men and young ladies are putting in to be able to play at a high level in high school and in college and earn yourself a scholarship. So you're with a special group of people who've been able to do that, because everybody's not able to do that. Everybody's not able to be a rocket scientist, right? Everybody's not able to be a doctor. So they all have a certain type of respect that we give them for, people for what they do. Okay. So just be sure you understand that. And then you have a responsibility, okay, from getting that respect to have a certain type of character that you need to have, and how you need to carry yourself. Okay. And so as we go through each module weekly, okay, each module will focus on a consistent topic. Okay. Each module has uh, a certain topic that we will discuss, but there'll be three points uh, of emphasis that we will make, okay, on those modules. Okay. So um, so be sure and take great notes when you partner up with us. You'll take great notes and write down any questions that you have, or that come to mind, or your thought. Write them down. So when we come to the end of going through the module, there'll be a time for like Q&A session, right, to ask questions and get answers, right, at the end of each session. And so I'll give you an idea of what I mean on what kind of things we'll be talking about, like um, module 1, introduction to college football recruiting. Okay. And the 3 bullet points: understanding the college recruiting timeline, the role of high school coaches and parents in setting realistic goals and expectations, right? So that's module 1. Okay. Module 2, building a strong athletic profile. The 3 points that we'll hit: creating an impressive highlight reel. How you need to create an impressive highlight reel, crafting attention, uh, crafting an attention grabbing athlete resume. All right. And gathering and organizing important documents. There's some important documents that you need to have organized and ready. Okay. So that's module 2, about building a strong athletic profile. Right. I already have templates made up that I'll give everybody who partners and join with us, of an intro letter and a athletic profile. I learned and did all this stuff myself with a buddy of mine who was a year older than me, that went to play. He played at Notre Dame, Pat Terrell, and played like 9 years in the league, and then became a commercial airline pilot. He loved planes when we were growing up as a kid. Young black kid, young black boy, learned how to fly in planes at Albert Whitted in downtown St. Pete, um, and had model planes all in his room. He taught me a lot of stuff. I learned a lot from Pat. He was a year ahead of me, and his brother taught him a lot of stuff. His older brother, who played football and baseball as well. Pat played football and baseball, and his older brother taught him a lot of stuff, and he shared it with me about, hey man, this is what you need to do and help some of these guys out with the recruiting. And so, how to build an athletic profile. Okay. And so I already have a template. All you got to do is open the template that I'll give you and put your information in. But you got to be doing some things to be able to put in that intro letter. You got to be doing some things that are going to grab people attention, and get you some exposure to be able to put in that player profile, right? You got to be committed to the process that your coach is giving you and your parents are giving you, because they see that you have a gift and a talent and a skill set. Okay, so that's an example of what the modules will be like. We have a topic, and then we'll have 3 points, 3 bullet points that we'll hit on. Okay, that'll teach you about how to use these things, like I just said, about how to gain exposure. There's some grassroots things that it's all about marketing. How you got to show your value to a college coach, right? When they're recruiting you, they want to be able to bring somebody who's going to be an asset to the program, not an ass to the program, an asset. I hope you heard me right. I thought I'd just throw that in, but that's what these coaches are looking for. They're looking for somebody who's going to add to the program, not take away. You know, and granted, we know you guys are young. People make mistakes. My wife says it all the time. Most young people, until they're about 20, 25 or older, their brain for reasoning still hasn't totally developed yet. You know, so but that's no excuse that you can't learn and still make good decisions. But hey, everybody makes mistakes. I wasn't perfect either. Okay, neither were my kids. But it still doesn't mean your dream of trying to play at the next level can't happen. You know, and just because you didn't play Division I football doesn't mean that you can't still be All American and get to the next level and play. Um, that's absolutely untrue, because many have done it and many will continue to do it. My brother did it, and he was an example for me, as well as several other guys that I looked up to. And then I did it and had the opportunity coming out of Division II football. So if you're good and you can ball, and what we're teaching you with this 10-week digital course, you will be able to carry with you at every level that you go to. You know, my son, this is what I use for a lot of kids that I had the opportunity to coach, from little league football to high school. What I used for my son and instilled in both my boys, and he's had the blessing to be in the NFL. Okay, and that can potentially happen for you on whatever sport you play. You might be good enough to play, at that next level. Okay, and so all weekly sessions are going to be recorded. It's going to be on Zoom. All right. First and foremost, the 10-week digital course is going to be on Zoom, so I can record it. All right. And part of you purchasing this program, all right, you're also agreeing to be involved in have this recording and having it reallocated to everybody who's bought into this 10-week digital course, so you can have it. All right. For forever. It's yours. It's going to be your course, your digital course, for you and your student athlete or athletes. All right, you may have more than one student athlete, um, and what I'll do after um, each night that we go through this digital course, within 24 to 48 hours, you will get an email sent to you of that session that we went through. Everybody will get that email to them. You'll get the digital course. I've already got PowerPoint and PDF formats for the digital courses that I'll be going through. And within 24 to 48 hours, my team of people will be emailing everybody who bought the course. So you'll have access to this. All right. For as long as you want. It's up to you. But you'll get an email of a PowerPoint in a PDF format. Okay. And if we have your email address like we should, like I said, you can go out to the link tree and click on that first link and get that free ebook. And I have you have to sign up with your email, name and email address. And then when you purchase the course, you're going to give us your email, student athlete and parent email address, because we'll send it to the student athlete and the parent and make sure they have it. All right. Like I said, this digital course is something that you will always have to be able to refer to. Okay. Um, and so you'll have this in your possession. So like I said, each night once a week, on Tuesday evening, we go through it. Within 24 to 48 hours, we'll be getting emails out to you guys to have this information. Um, Now let us take some time to share with you about. I want to take some time to share with you about what you'll be receiving. Okay, with the purchase of this digital course. You know, all the great benefits that come with this digital course, I don't think it's like any other out there. And there are a lot of people doing some good things. I don't want to sit here and tell you that. There are a lot of people doing some good things. We're helping kids get recruited. All right. I got some good brothers that I'm involved with. Coach Ray just joined me tonight on here. He's doing some things in Canada, helping a lot of Canadian kids transition um, from Canadian ball to American football, and they're in the States and they're doing well. There's a lot of kids. I think he even has a kid at if Coach Harvey's still on here. I think he has a kid at Clearwater Academy that's heavily recruited. Um, so you know this is very important. For you to know that all the different benefits that this digital course is going to offer. But I don't think it's like any other. Like I said, the people that I'll be bringing on to because I'll still be doing the podcast on Wednesdays nights and Saturday mornings, and having different speakers in different areas in different sports, male and female. So we'll be bringing you some great content, some great information that's going to help you grow and groom you as a student athlete. But like I said, there's a lot of great things out there that a lot of different people are doing. And I just think I have a little niche of some things that I plans on that I'm going to be doing, and you'll learn that as you purchase and partner with Love the Game 24/7. Okay, and there are some, uh, you know, watch this, this other thing I want to bring up. But this digital course, like I said, will help you gain exposure. Okay, with both on the field and off the field requirements. Okay. That's what it's going to do to help you with on the field and off the field requirements to help you show your value. Because that's what it's all about. You got to show your value to the college recruiters that you are hoping to draw interest from. Okay. To earn yourself, young man, young lady, an athletic scholarship. Everybody say scholarship. That's what it's all about. Scholarship. Hopefully multiple offers to help give you some options. I used to tell my boys all the time, the reason why I got you playing baseball and football, because I want you to have options. And if you buy into what daddy is saying, you're going to give yourselves options to start out a whole lot better than I did. All right. Both my boys are starting out better than I did. Even the one that's not playing pro sports, he's doing very well. All right. He graduated with his 2-year degree out of high school. Okay. Um, didn't cost me a whole lot of money because he did that. Smart as a whip. But Jeffrey, who decided to play sports, you know, he's done well for himself as well. You know, and I just told him you got to buy in. You know, you want to do it. This 10-week digital course. I'm telling you, I did this. I know this stuff in my sleep. I lived it myself. I lived it with my boys. Okay, and other people that I know that I've helped. And I used to do this for free. Okay, um, and I just have worked it and tweaked it. But like I said, this digital course, okay, is to help you gain exposure on and off the field, right? Um, and help you show the uh, requirements that you need to have, right, to help you gain exposure to these college recruiters that will be recruiting you. Because we know right now the way the environment is in recruiting right now. That Coach Harvey and he'll talk about this more tomorrow. I'm not going to say a whole lot about it, but with the environment is right now, you know, it's all about you taking advantage and learning what you need to learn and do to make sure you get the exposure that you need to get in order to get yourself a scholarship, athletic scholarship, okay, that you're hoping to get, okay. And like I said, that has to be your mindset, okay. Scholarship, that has to stay at the forefront of your mind. And anything you do, I don't care whether you're hanging with friends and things that you're doing, always got to be in your mind. I got a goal. I got a goal in mind that I'm trying to reach, and I got to be sure I use some wisdom. And in this 10-week digital course, we meet um, with your parents and the student athlete, not just the student athlete, but we want both parent and student athlete involved, because you have to be involved, parents. All right. So what you will be receiving with the purchase of this digital course, um, let me just say this. Now, you want to be sure you stay, all right, on the show so you can hear it all today, this evening, and get all the information so you can hear about all the great things that's coming with this digital course, okay? I don't need you cutting out early and thinking, oh, he coming with this, he coming with something. No, just listen. There's some good stuff that's coming, okay? And so um, you just want to be sure that you just listen to everything I'm saying this evening, okay, about the digital course and how we have made this digital course for any and everybody, okay, who is serious about their craft, okay, who is serious about their craft as a student athlete, all right, and to be able to afford it. That's the other thing. I ain't trying to break the bank with nobody on anything. We're gonna make this to where you can afford it. So everybody say in the chat, afford. You can write in the chat, affordable, okay. At Love the Game 24/7, we are not trying to run people off. Okay. We have taken the time to build a program from what we know that works, okay, and helps many legitimate student athletes as possible. Okay. We know it works. And our goal is to help as many student athletes as possible with this system and program that we've developed to help you. Okay, to give you some support. Okay. Um, Now I know I'm about to get cut out on IG, and my time is running short, but I'm still on YouTube and Facebook. Um, so be sure you guys on IG, you join us tomorrow. We'll be on YouTube. I'm sorry. We're going to be on Zoom live tomorrow and IG live tomorrow. So I'll see you with Coach Harvey tomorrow, my Instagram people. Now, for you folks that are still here on YouTube and Facebook, um, my time ran out on Instagram, um, but I'm still live here on YouTube and Facebook. And as I said here, our goal is to make this affordable and to help as many legitimate student athletes as possible. That's our goal. Okay. And just like it helped me as I learned this stuff on my own. Okay. I learned a lot of stuff on my own. I perfected it over time in my high school coaching career and used it with my own son, Jeff Smith II, who's going to be with us Saturday, and the many I have helped over the years as well. Okay, now watch this. You will get to hear from my son this Saturday, 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time, about his recruiting experience and how it allowed him to receive multiple scholarship opportunities. He had quite a few scholarship opportunities that came his way from what I'm going to be sharing with you in this 10-week digital course of what I did with him in his recruiting process. This is exactly some stuff that I did. And there was some stuff I did he had no clue that I was doing behind the scenes. Um, and so that ultimately allowed him to extend his career to the NFL as a 5-year veteran right now. Okay. He's now with the Arizona Cardinals after 4 seasons with the New York Jets and a small stint with the Giants. And like I said, you will hear from him personally coming up this Saturday. And just let me share with you what you would be receiving with the purchase of this course. And then I will share with you how you can purchase the Love the Game 24/7 digital course program, specifically for Super Bowl week. Okay. We are offering a discounted rate for Super Bowl week. Only if you get in now with the pre-launch special that I'll be offering, that I'll be sharing with you when I uh, get near the end of this. This is going to be an unbelievable um, thing that you'll be able to join in. Okay. And when you see and hear what you're getting for the price, especially when I know what others are charging you or charging people, okay, with some results. Okay. And I know personally because I briefly purchased a system that I knew was a decent system, but after doing my research, when my oldest son was in middle school, when I started using and paying for this one college recruiting service, but I realized, you know, a few months in, I realized that some things or methods that they were showing me, I learned on my own. I already knew, and I just said, man, some of this stuff I can do myself, and then there's some other things I know they're not even doing that I think they should be doing. Okay. And so, like I said, from my own recruiting experience, I was like, okay, a few months into this, I'm like, well, there's some things I think I know better to do. Um, and so that's what you're going to be getting with this digital course. Some of those things that I knew better to do, okay, than what they were offering. Okay. And so, as I said, I learned this stuff on my own, and and I helped others. Also, I felt that it was missing, like I said, some things that I could do or provide, and that's what you're going to be getting in this 10-week digital course. And I mainly felt that I could teach people myself for a lot less money, okay, with just the same or even better results. That's how I felt when I started doing using another system, you know, and thankfully I ended it, and I paid for what I used, and then I was done after a few months. But like I said, I knew that I could teach um, and come up with my own system to get just the same results or better for a lot less money. And I want to be certain that what I knew was all, or that I knew was foolproof. And so I got into coaching high school, all right, and helping student athletes before my sons got into high school because I want to be sure. Like I said, I've been sitting on this for a while, and uh, you know, and sometimes God don't release you to do certain things, and so I'm at that point now where I have the time to do it. Okay. And I just want you to know, when I watch this here, coaching high school sports has helped me learn under one of the best high school coaches in the state of Florida, in the area. And he taught me a lot about the game and how this college athletic recruiting works even more. Okay. And he did the same for both a son and a daughter. Uh, and matter of fact, Coach Harvey is going to be speaking tomorrow. It's his father-in-law, Coach Davis. It's Coach Harvey's father-in-law. And Jay Davis, who I coached with uh, before I moved to North Carolina at St. Pete Catholic, played at NC State. He was a quarterback. He took over after Phillip Rivers, and his sister was on golf scholarship at University of Miami, where she met Coach Harvey. And so he taught me a lot about this recruiting, whether it was football or golf for his daughter, and I knew he knew his stuff. And that's why I knew my son wasn't, if he was still coaching, my sons weren't going to play for anybody else but him, because I knew he helped kids, and he helped kids get to college that had the desire to want to go play college football. So I hope to get him on one day soon as well on here. Um, and so, and like I said, learning and gaining knowledge about recruiting around Coach Davis and what I had already known myself and going through my own experience, it allowed me to share some great information to a lot of student athletes. I was doing it for free, as I said earlier, because I remembered from my own experience of not having a high school coach helping any of us when I was in high school. And I couldn't believe how being a high school coach and not helping your student athletes earn a scholarship who had the ability to play at the next level, you know, and coaches, I just couldn't understand a coach that wouldn't, that did a poor job of doing it. We had one that did a poor job. I vowed myself to do my part and never allow this to happen to another student athlete or to anyone else. I vowed that, you know, I watched this. So here we are today with me doing my podcast and giving this high school, um, giving the high school and student athlete community some great content on how to take the necessary steps in empowering you in taking control of your recruiting, right? And with that being said, all right, and let me say that again. Here we are today with me doing my own podcast and giving high school student athletes and student athlete community some great content on how to take the necessary steps in empowering them, student athletes, in taking control of their recruiting. All right. And what you will be getting when you purchase this digital course this week, all right, during our pre-launch. Okay, during our pre-launch, okay, you're gonna get some great things. Okay. And I won't be too much longer. Um, but with Love the Game 24/7 digital course, it's a 10 modules and lifetime access. You'll be getting that. You'll be getting email, PowerPoint, and PDF course layout. You'll be getting that. You're gonna get weekly live coaching, um, hours, like I said, an hour or more, a little more than an hour with Coach Smith and my partner, some other coaches. You're also gonna be a part of a private Facebook community. That's priceless, right? I have some added bonuses that you're gonna get. You're gonna get a free 1 hour consultation with Coach Smith. Everybody that pays for this will get a one free hour session that I would schedule with everybody that purchases this. You'll get that hour for me to sit down on a Zoom meeting and discuss your student athlete and where they are and what we need to do and help you devise a plan. Okay. But you'll get one hour free consultation with me. Um, and then you'll also get 2 additional bonus weeks. All right. It's a 10-week digital course, but I got it for really 12 weeks because the additional 2 weeks would be a Q&A session of just being able to ask questions and getting some answers. Okay. For the 11th and 12th week, if you so desire, it'll be available. All right. And so, and I got another bonus, but let me just break this down even more for you. Like I said, you get the Love the Game 24/7 course, 10-week modules, and lifetime access. Because I said everybody's going to get a PDF and PowerPoint presentation that I will be doing each night, each week, or one night a week. Okay, and that's valued at $39.94 value. Okay, that's what that's valued at, $3,994. Be sure you're taking notes and write this down. That's what this 10-week or 12-week module course really is valued at. The email, PowerPoint, and PDF course layout that you'll be given, that's like a $97 value. Write that down so you can add it up. Weekly live coaching hours with Coach Jeff Smith and the coaches that'll be joining me, that's a $1,500 value. All right. And I shared that the private Facebook community, that's priceless. There's no price on that. That's free. Yeah, the added bonuses that I shared with you about the 1 free hour consultation, that's valued at $150. That's what people are charging right now, whether they're training your student athlete or whether they're sitting down taking time with you to devise a plan. That's at a $150 value. Okay. In the two additional weeks, the 11th and 12th weeks that are Q&A session, that's valued at $300. Okay. Now, there's one bonus that I'm going to share with you that I'm excited about that I don't believe nobody is doing. If I get at least 5 students from the same middle school or same high school, they don't have to play the same sport, but if I get at least 5 students, student athletes from the same middle school or the same high school, I will be donating $500 back to their athletic program, investing in those student athletes who parents and students decide to buy this digital course. If I get 10 students in the same or different sports from the same middle school or high school, this is why you want to tell your folks about Coach Smith and Love the Game 24/7. If I get 10 students from the same middle school or high school, that's $1,000 that's going to come back to your athletic program. I don't believe anybody's doing that. So when you add up all that, all those things I gave you, $39.94 value, $3,994 for the 10 modules, $97 value for the PowerPoint PDF that you'll get, $1,500 value for the hours for 12 weeks that we'll do the lives and going over the modules. That's a $1,500 value. The Facebook Live community, private Facebook community that we'll all be able to talk and ask questions with each other, priceless. The 1 free hour consultation, that's worth $150 value. And I said, if I get at least 5 students from the same middle school or high school, they don't have to play the same sport, I'm going to invest back into your athletic program. So just saying 5 right now, that's a $500 value. 2 additional bonus weeks for your Q&A session, okay, that you'll be able to have. That's a $300 value. That's over $6,500 value when you add all that up. But yours this week, today, and this week, is not over $6,500. I'm not charging anybody that. I would not charge anybody that. Okay. It's going to only be a fraction of the amount of what I'm charging. What I'm going to charge is $997 for my digital course. Yes, that's what I said. For those of you who are signing up this week, doing the Super Bowl pre-launch this week, this course is, you can get this course, 10-week digital course, and all those things that I added, and there may be some other things that I'll add to it as well, but definitely for sure, you're going to get all that, valued at over $6,500 for $997. And I ain't done. I'm not even done yet, giving you some more great news. I'm not even done. I'm just getting started. I got one more thing I want to share with you tonight with my 10-week digital course that you'll get. For those who sign up this week only, from Tuesday tonight until Sunday, Super Bowl, till midnight Sunday, Super Bowl Sunday, you get a 40% discount of the $997. And that puts it at $398.80. So you can sign up this week for the 10-week digital course only for $398.80 and not $997. Anybody that come on after Sunday has to pay $997. Anybody come on this week starting tonight through Sunday, midnight, before midnight or by midnight, gets this course for $398.80, just under $400. Or we can just round it off and say $400. Okay. Now, if you don't think that's great news or something that you can afford, we do have a you can pay a lump sum opportunity. There's some other things I'm adding in. You can do a 3-month, 6-month, a 12-month payment plan, right? But in order to get the Super Bowl, you got to pay the lump sum of $398.80. If you come in now, that's what you get. You pay the lump sum $398.80. I'm willing to work with anybody that may not have it necessarily, but I'm trying to make sure I make this affordable. But anytime after Sunday, it's $997 for this digital course. And I have 3 ways on how you can pay for this. You can Cash App me, in a Cash App symbol, $ Love the Game 27, and you can PayPal the @ symbol, that A circle at Love the Game 27, or you can Venmo me. Okay, and my Venmo handle is the @ symbol with the A, Jeffrey, Jeffrey, hyphen Smith hyphen 745. And once again, like I said, if you buy it this week between Tuesday night tonight and Sunday before midnight, you can Cash App me, you can PayPal me, or you can Venmo me. And my Cash App is that $ Cash App symbol, the $ Love the Game 27. PayPal, the @ symbol with the A and the circle, Love the Game 27, or Venmo with the @ symbol with the A and the circle, Jeffrey, Jeffrey, hyphen Smith hyphen 745 is my Venmo. And the other thing that's great about this is it's also going to be a 30-day money back guarantee. And the 30 days will start when we start the digital course. And I'm going to let you guys know it'll either be the last Tuesday of February or the first Tuesday of March is the plan right now. So I'll solidify that after this week. But that's what you get, guys, with this 10-week digital course with Coach Smith and Love the Game 24/7 and GMB Management Group. But I want to go ahead and get off here tonight. But you can start doing that today for those, if you're here listening live, or for those who are listening to this recording anytime this week between Tuesday night and Sunday, if you're hearing this message and you write down all that information. But you can also email me if you have questions at loveth247game@gmail.com. That's loveth247game@gmail.com. So if you have any questions or anything that you want to ask me now, between now and Tuesday, if you need some more clarification or anything of that nature, feel free to email me. You can also call my cell, 727-563-4255. That's 727-563-4255. And you can call and reach me at any time. Okay. And so I don't want to keep you anymore tonight. Tomorrow night, we're going to have Coach Harvey on Wednesday, 6:30 Eastern Time. On Friday, 6:30 Eastern Time, we're going to have Lucas Dennis with the Atlanta Falcons. And then Saturday morning, you're going to have my son, Jeff Smith II, with the Arizona Cardinals of the NFL. And so I appreciate you guys joining me this evening. And I hope that you get all this great information out to those of you who have family members or that have young student athletes. Get them over here to Coach Smith and Love the Game 24/7. I'm excited about giving you this information about the 10-week digital course and what we're offering, and you're going to see some results. Okay, because we're going to work with you and get you positioned and in a place. And as long as you're being dedicated and you're balling in your sport and doing what you need to do, you're going to give yourself those opportunities. Okay, and so I appreciate you guys joining me tonight. Take care of yourselves and be blessed. Until tomorrow night, I'm on live all this week. Tomorrow night, you will see me with Coach Harvey at 6:30 Eastern Time. Have a good evening.